Shalom, giving all praise unto Yahweh Shabbat Kwa Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles, a great millstone. And honor to you brothers to be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And above our body are coming out here to give you this, above our body are coming out here in the spirit of Yahweh Shai to give you this truth as we're taught here at Great Millstone through the spirit of Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to touch base with this situation that you see out here within England. And I've just showed you a handful of clips of the situation that's happening out here within England. And it was beautiful to see just how quickly things can change from settled to very unsettled. It was very interesting to see how things can go from quote unquote normal to abnormal. And it was a matter of hours, literally hours, and the whole thing changed. The whole game changed. Now we'll see what's going to happen as a result of this, but there's going to be an impact, whether it be short term or long term, and there's going to be a long-term mindset. I'll repeat that again. A long-term psychosis that these people are going to have as a result of the situation that they're facing right now. See, Britain is now getting used to being one of them third world countries out there. These are scenes.
It's good enjoying a bit of exercise and helping Londoners breathe cleaner air.
Right, these are scenes that you see out there within the so-called third world countries out there, and now it's normal out here. See, they got used to the food crises and empty shelves. Now they're getting used to like more and more shortages. All right, let's read a little bit of this article. Supply crisis. So supply crisis is not just dealing with fuel. When you got a situation when you're dealing with a supply crisis, I'm in a particular industry that's very dependent. I mean, I suppose everybody is, but I see it like from a first-hand basis. And for the last 4, 5, 6 months, people have been struggling to get materials. There's something called a global supply chain, and there's something called production and lean production, right? Lean production. When you go into the understanding of how lean production works is you try to get everything as cheap as possible. So you outsource as much items of a product as possible. So you take a company like HP that make computers. They don't make HP doesn't make every component that's within that computer. They just put a label on the case. You're going to find out when you open up that computer, it's got pieces coming from all over the place. Same thing out here within Britain when you're dealing with food, when you're dealing, like they had the CO2 crisis just a couple of days ago, and then boom, fuel crisis. So this place is, they're letting you know, look, this place is, it's done. It's finished, man. It's finished, right? Prices are going to go up because of scarcity. You're going to have to get used to going without anything. And look how quickly everything changed. Panicked motorists have caused lengthy queues at petrol stations for a second day, as industry expert predicted the catastrophic situation is going to get worse before it improves. But it's going to get worse. All right. And depending on where you live, like out here, people kind of went crazy, but really it died down quite quickly because you're going to find out a lot of this stuff is set up. See, if you really did have a crisis, you really did have a problem, and you really was looking for a solution, then you would have seen nothing on the media. How many films have you watched where they said, okay, don't publicize this, but who have you told? And they might even shoot the guy down dead and say, look, all right, this doesn't leave this room. How many times have you seen that within the film? Because when people panic, it creates even worse situations. So they set this whole thing up, man. That's it. They set this whole crisis up. That's why it was getting pushed heavy within the media. If it really was a problem, you wouldn't hear about it, man. If they was really trying to rectify the solution, you wouldn't hear about it. That's not how it works, man. That's not how, especially something like fuel. And people are already ready, in that spirit of panic buying. It's like, bro, come on. This is all set up. The same thing that they had with the first, when they had the first wave, and people were panicking and buying food and emptying the shelves. They're getting you used to having nothing, right? They're getting you, whether it be artificial, whether it be real, they're getting you used to having nothing, man. And it's a beautiful thing because the scripture says so. So you see how fast this thing happened. Panic motorists have caused lengthy queues at petrol stations for a second day, as industry expert predicted catastrophic situation is going to get worse. You're going to see more problems out here, man. They're going to come out of nowhere. But see, the men of the Lord have been telling you about these things, and really, we've been prepared, man. Whether it be just spiritually prepared, but we've been prepared. So let's go to the scriptures now. The book of 1 Thessalonians. 5:1, it says, "But of the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day cometh as the thief in the night." So the day of the Lord cometh as the thief in the night. And ultimately, that's the ICBM nuclear missiles and the Lord appearing. That's going to come. These people ain't going to see it coming, but boom, things change. And you've seen it, right? 3 days ago, you was able to just get fuel like it was nothing. Now you're going to plan out, take a whole 3 hours out of your day just to get 95 octane. You got to plan out the whole day to have a 45-minute, 50-minute gap, 2-hour gap, so you can go to the petrol station and fill up. Because there's a whole new world that we're living in right now, man. Whole new world. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman, and they shall not escape. So that's what's coming to this place, man. Right? Troubles. So with that, I'm going to say, "Oh, praise unto Yahweh, Kodash, double honors unto the apostles, a great millstone, and honor your brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity." Shalom.